Yo, it's your boy Super Saiyan Main Train coming back at you again with another YouTube video. And before we even get started, I just want to thank all of you guys so much for 100 super subscribers. It means the world to me. I honestly just love YouTube and I love making videos. For a long time I've wanted to do this and I finally just worked up the courage and the nerve to do it. You guys wanting to follow what I'm doing, to watch the stupid videos that I make, it just means a lot to me. It really does. I can't express that enough. So thank you so much for subscribing if you have. So, without further ado, this video is going to be centered around why I decided to go D3 instead of D1. Let's get right into it. So I originally came from St. Cloud State University, as I've said in past videos if you've ever watched. If you're new to the channel, then now you know. I used to run for St. Cloud State, and they cut their track program over there after the first year of cross country and track that I had. So after that I was faced with a decision, and it was a really tough one for me. I had to choose between either staying at St. Cloud State and not running for the rest of my career of college, or transferring to a different school. Originally I wanted to stay at St. Cloud State and just give up on running, and I kept on that decision for probably about maybe 2 months, and I decided that just wasn't for me and I couldn't give up running because it's just something that I'm way too passionate about. So after some really hard thought, I decided to look at different school options and choices. In high school, I was not quite fast enough to qualify for a Division I team, and I really wanted to do that. It was a goal of mine for a really long time. And after my first year at St. Cloud State, I was finally just fast enough to maybe make it onto a few lower tier D1 schools. So I looked around, talked to a few coaches, one from South Dakota State University, another in particular from Memphis. I wouldn't have been making much money had I transferred to those schools, but I talked to them and I took a look at them and I got to know a few of the guys via the interwebs. Needless to say, I didn't end up going D1. Now, one of the other schools that I looked at was St. John's University, which is where I'm obviously at right now, and that's a Division III school. Now, I wasn't originally planning on going D3. I really wanted to step it up and kind of broaden my horizons a little bit, but I decided to tour the campus at St. John's anyways, just so that I could maybe get to know some of the guys here and see what it's all about. And let me tell you, there's a monumental difference from Division III to Division I. So there's 5 main reasons why I decided to come to St. John's rather than maybe South Dakota State or that school in Memphis, and I'm gonna run them all by you. So number 1 is the pond. And what do I mean by the pond? I mean, do you want to be a big fish in a little pond, or do you want to be a big fish? I probably botched that. Let me start over. Do you want to be a little fish in a big pond, or do you want to be a big fish in a little pond? So if I had gone D1, there's absolutely zero chance that I would have been able to do anything that was worth even noticing, you know? It's fun to run D1 because, you know, you get all the free stuff, all the free shoes, clothes, the school might be paid for, but are you ever going to do anything that's worth noticing? Are you ever going to win any medals? I mean, a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, it doesn't matter if I win any medals. Who wins medals anyways? Blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Everybody that tells you that is lying. It's so fun. Everyone that competes wants to win. That's why they're there. They want the chance to stand out, for other people to say, wow, look at that runner. He's really killing the game. And if I had gone Division I, I know that I couldn't have done that. So here at St. John's, I have the opportunity to stand out a little bit more, you know, to maybe be an all-conference runner, to maybe make nationals one day. I know that I couldn't have done that going Division I. And it's important to recognize your limits and your boundaries, you know? So number 2 are the relationships. When I was at St. Cloud State, I was not quite content, to be honest. You know, there were some good people over there, don't get me wrong, and they're all doing great things with their lives right now, and I'm glad that I met them because there are some connections that I made through St. Cloud State that I wouldn't have right now otherwise. But I just didn't quite connect and vibe with everybody at St. Cloud, and the relationships that I've made here at St. John's have been absolutely phenomenal. When I toured the campus, I honestly felt like all these people already knew me, you know? They wanted to get to know me and not my times. They wanted to know all my weird quirks, all the things that make me Trey, you know? I just didn't quite get that vibe about the other schools that I was looking at. So I had to go out of my way to reach these Division I schools. They weren't going out of their way to reach me, and they didn't care about me, you know? I feel like to them, I was just more of, maybe this guy will pan out, maybe he won't. We're just gonna give him a shot. St. John's University, the coaches here reached out to me. They wanted me to come here, and I think that's awesome, you know? When I came to tour the campus, everyone was just so friendly, and it's just about the vibes, you know? It's the feeling you get in your chest. It's what makes you happy, and it made me happy to come here. I just want to iterate that You need to do what makes you happy, and you need to make friends, man. That's important, because the friends that you make in college, they're gonna be around for the rest of your life. You need that, you know? You're always gonna need friends. So number 3, third reason that I transferred to St. John's University is the location and the campus. Oh my God, dude. You cannot understand the beauty and fathom what we have here at St. John's University if you don't come out here. I came from a really small high school. It was Royalton High School. My graduating class was less than 50, if I recall correctly. And I really like that. I like the small class sizes. I like having the opportunity to know everybody in my grade, to build relationships in that way. And St. John's, you can do that same thing, because all of the classes are maybe 30 people tops, and that's just how I learn, you know? I don't learn in an auditorium setting where there's 300 people and the teacher never gets to know your name. That's just not me. And the campus in that sense is perfect. It's a perfect fit for me, and that's what I needed. Another great thing about St. John's is the location. It's out in the bumfucks of the middle of nowhere, and that's so perfect for running. Honestly, you go out on a 10 mile run and you get the nice view of rural Minnesota, of the cornfields, the lakes, wide open prairies. It's just so beautiful, and the colors out here, especially in the fall, it'll just blow your mind. And I just don't feel like you can really appreciate running completely if you don't have those kinds of views. I can't imagine having to run in a city where you're stopping at a stoplight every 5 minutes. That's how it was at St. Cloud, and every run turned into a fartlek just because you wanted to get done. That's not fun. So it's huge. Huge reason why I decided to go D3 rather than D1. Number 4 are the post-college connections. St. John's University is infamously known for the connections that are made after college. Being a Johnny means so much in the career field, because if you meet a Johnny, you know that you're going to get that job instantly over any other college, and that's just amazing to me. The connections that people make here are freaking outstanding. We have career fairs, job fairs, where you get to go dress up in a nice suit and talk to other Johnnies that are in the exact field that you want to get a job in. And there are so many times where people just walk away with jobs before they even graduate college. The percentage of people in the first 6 months after graduation that have a career, not a job, in their field is 98% at St. John's. 98%. How many colleges can say that? Not a lot. And that's because of the connections that you can make at St. John's University. A lot of people that go Division I, they're there to run. They're not there for a job. They're not there for post-collegiate activities. They're there to run, and there's more to life than that. As sad as it is, you need to look forward to the future, and that's a huge reason why I came here. So the 5th and final reason why I came to St. John's University, and this is probably the biggest reason why, is the coach. Tim Miles is honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I go here, he is so underrated. He's got to be one of the greatest coaches in the country, and nobody even knows it because he's so modest. He cares about each individual runner improving. Not one person or 2 people improving, but everybody on the team, from an 18-minute 5K guy to a 15-minute 5K guy. He goes out of his way to make sure that everybody is seeing improvement, and that's so freaking huge to me. At a D1 program, they only care about the guys who are placing a conference, who are going to nationals, who are getting the name of the school out there so that they can bring in new recruits. And that's just not how it is at St. John's here. Our coach believes in development. He'll take a guy who ran 17:10, 17:20 in high school and turn him into a national champion. Brian Bugler is a perfect example of that. He was a 17:20 guy in high school and ended up being the national champion in steeplechase. And that's because of the coaching, 100%. It's about developing runners and making them want to be better runners. I know that if I did not come here, I would be nowhere near where I am in my athletic career. And I know that I have so much more room to grow because of the coach that we have here. Tim Miles is honestly so genuine. He's a great person, and I really wish that everybody in the world could experience him as a person and as a coach, because he's just really phenomenal, and he's a huge, probably the most important reason why I decided to go D3 and not D1. So if you have any questions about Division 3 versus Division 1 running and you want to talk to me about that, leave a comment in the comment section and I'd be glad to get back to you. I love talking with you guys. It's super fun. That's what makes YouTube fun, is interacting with your audience. So just talk to me. I love it. I really do. If you like this video, you want to check out more videos, like the video, subscribe to my channel. I promise that there'll be more content out there like this that you would definitely enjoy. And on that note, peace, love, and praise the booty.